I went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell. Well, you're just telling me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there, and what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies, and that it's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls, and that we continue and continue and continue.
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, we was at Cassie's birthday.
Nipsey's Bodyguard just dropped a bomb that has the streets spinning out of control. He's saying Lauren London didn't just mourn Nipsey after he passed. She allegedly made some unexpected moves that flipped the whole story on its head. People thought they knew what happened, but this new angle has everyone looking at the situation way differently. But here's where everything gets even messier. Brick Baby, the real one who actually moved around with Nipsey, jumped in and confirmed some wild rumors that have been floating around the city for years. His reaction alone had everybody side-eyeing the whole situation because he's not the type to speak on anything unless he knows what he's talking about. You remember when Wack 100 once claimed he'd seen some wild footage of Nipsey that was supposed to stay buried forever? Back then, folks brushed it off like he was just chasing attention, trying to stir the pot, and doing that loud talk routine he always does. But now Brick Baby is hinting at the exact same thing without actually saying it word for word. And that's the moment people stopped laughing and started paying attention. The way he moved around the topic had everyone in shock because he wasn't cracking jokes or pushing drama. He was speaking like someone who'd been holding on to something heavy for a long time. He even slid in a suggestion that Nip might have been DL. Not in a disrespectful or troll type way, but more like he was trying to prepare folks for a truth they never expected to hear. This whole situation has the streets buzzing like never before.
I was sent a photo of Nipsey engaged in something which I will never put out.
Yeah.
Right? And that's his personal business.
Yeah.
And, based on what Wack is talking, and this is what I mean, like with Wack, a lot of the stuff he says
ain't really
comes out as true.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
But
so what I'm saying is, I didn't see the video that Wack is talking about, but I do have a photo that someone sent me, and it's definitely it's Nipsey. It's Nipsey in the photo, and I'm not going to go into any more details with that.
Nah, I understand that, but then the video, right? It never said that it was man on man having intercourse. It's like a train was ran.
Yes.
That's from the narrative, whatever they put out, because I've never seen.
Brick Baby said he never actually saw whatever they put out, but he made it clear there was real behind-the-scenes pressure that most people couldn't even handle. Fans took that tough and suddenly the whole internet split in two. Some folks started calling Brick a snake, acting like he was trying to tear down Nip's legacy, while others said he was simply speaking on something the streets had already been whispering about for years. One person wrote, "You can never destroy Nipsey legacy." Another said, "Who gives a F what Nip was doing in his personal life? He was a real one and had a positive impact on the culture. Respect the measure of a man." And then Brick dropped the line that froze the whole room. He claimed Lauren allegedly found out before Nip was taken out. That hit people hard because it meant she wasn't blindsided after the tragedy. The streets say she was already carrying that weight, that frustration, long before anything went down. Once Brick said that, everybody started rewinding the timeline and noticing pieces they ignored before. Suddenly, certain things started feeling off, almost too intentional. And the first place the streets looked? Lauren's connection to Diddy. The timeline is messy, but the whispers have been steady for years. Word around the city is Lauren was rolling close with Diddy and even pulled up to those wild industry parties he was known for. So now people are asking the uncomfortable questions. Why was Lauren's name showing up in those party circles? Why were her ties to Diddy getting stronger right when Nipsey was leveling up? And why, after Nip passed, did some of the things she said start sounding strange to folks? Because here's the truth. Nobody ever wanted to question Lauren. Nip cared for her, built a family with her, and stood by her in every interview and every moment. But now, with her name connected to Diddy's inner circle, people are asking the harshest question a fan base can ask. Was she truly loyal to Nip, or was she moving on both sides the whole time?
Are people forgetting it was her and Lauren London? I just find it so funny how people are always omitting names. and not really looking into the true facts.
And here's where things slide into an even darker lane. For years, the streets never believed Nipsey's passing was just some random moment. People always felt something deeper was at play. Nip was too sharp, too focused, too respected to get caught up in a basic street dispute. The word on the block has always been that this wasn't just a shooting. It was a removal, a strategic move, a controlled hit that shook the whole city. Nipsey wasn't out here playing the traditional industry game at all. He wasn't bowing to execs or waiting for labels to approve his moves. He handled business like a real boss, walked like a king, and commanded respect everywhere he went. And the higher he climbed, the more he disrupted the system, which made certain powerful people uncomfortable. To some folks at the top, a person with knowledge, strong connections, and rising influence becomes a serious threat. And right after Diddy's arrest and that major RICO case surfaced, the streets blew up with theories claiming Diddy himself might have ordered the hit, all allegedly. Whether people believe it or not, one part of that theory keeps coming back again and again. If Diddy was involved, he wouldn't have done it solo. Someone close to Nip would have had to be feeding info, someone who wouldn't raise suspicion, someone he trusted completely. And the name people keep circling is Lauren London. Jaguar Wright even said it out loud, claiming Lauren was the one who introduced Nipsey to Diddy.
Up with the biggest rapper at the time, everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in L.A. It was Lauren that brought Nip.
People used to brush Jaguar Wright off like she was just being dramatic, until old clips popped back up. Clips where Nipsey himself confirmed the whole thing on The Breakfast Club. He literally said, "It was Lauren who introduced me to Puff." That one line flipped the whole conversation because now the connection isn't rumor, it's real. And once the connection is real, the theory suddenly feels possible. Fans started wondering if Lauren wasn't just a partner. What if she was placed in his world? What if she was the inside link pulling Nip into circles he never truly vibed with? And once you look at it through that lens, the whole timeline starts hitting different. Old photos resurfaced, showing her and Diddy looking way too comfortable. The kind of comfort that makes people raise their eyebrows. In one pic, Nip is literally in the background looking like the third wheel. No tension, no problems, just pure awkward energy that didn't make sense until now. Then after Nip passed, Lauren did that emotional sit-down with Angie Martinez. It was calm, respectful, heavy.
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, we was at Cassie's birthday.
But there was one moment fans still can't shake. She quoted Diddy, saying he told her, "Look, boo, you've shown the world what it looks like to hold a man down. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." But hold up, why is Diddy calling her boo, the same nickname Nip used? Why does he even have that level of closeness? And why did his message sound so personal and almost controlling? Fans said it felt like Puppet Master talk, like he was shaping the narrative. Then she dropped the part that made even Angie freeze. Lauren said she attended a death seminar before Nip passed. Let that sit for a second. Who goes to a seminar about death before losing their partner? Unless they were preparing for something or already sensing something coming.
Went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell me. You're just telling me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share.
Why? I have a friend.
Why were you there? And what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies and that, it's just an experience in the physical form. And we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue.
That one detail flipped the whole vibe instantly, and the interview went from pure grief to suspicious timing in seconds. Fans watched it again, and suddenly every calm moment felt way too calculated. It was like the puzzle pieces had been sitting there the whole time, and that death seminar line snapped everything into place in a way nobody expected. Another major piece came straight from Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, and his words had the streets buzzing all over again. He explained that Nipsey actually asked Diddy for help making Victory Lap feel like Biggie's Life After Death album, the same vibe, the same legendary weight, the same long-term impact that would stamp his name in history forever. That alone had people paying attention because it showed how high Nip's vision really was. But here's where things get even more intense. Gene said Nip wasn't asking for favors. He was asking for mentorship, for direction, for guidance on building a masterpiece. And that lined up perfectly with things Diddy had hinted at himself in old interviews. That connection wasn't random, it was real. And once you connect those dots, it paints a whole new picture of who was around Nip during his last big moves. And fans started asking, if Diddy was part of the blueprint for Victory Lap, then how deep did their conversations go? How close did the circle get? And why do so many stories from that era suddenly sound way more complicated now? Each detail makes the whole situation feel heavier, like there was way more going on behind the scenes than anyone realized at the time.
Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap. So a lot of people don't know this. We got them to change it. In Wikipedia, somebody over at the label tried to leave my name out, but he came to me and said, I want you to be a part of helping me finish up this album. And so I was a part of not just the records I was on with him on his last album. He was like, yo, I'm a big fan of like Life After.
Fans didn't think much of it at first until they remembered one detail that suddenly hit different.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got, and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
Biggie's album dropped after he passed. Once people made that connection, the theories started snowballing fast. Gene Deal even said it clearly, claiming that letting Diddy get involved might have been Nipsey's biggest mistake, because after that, Nip was reportedly spending more time at Diddy's mansion than in his own studio. That's when fans say Nip started looking stressed, distant, and tired, like something heavy was weighing on him. That shift had people talking for years, and now the street theory goes a little something like this. Nipsey was rising fast, inspiring people to think independently, moving with real leadership energy. And some folks believe that when a person can't be controlled, they become a problem for certain powerful circles. All allegedly, of course. But even in those theories, someone would have had to open the door to that circle, someone close, someone who could walk him into rooms he normally wouldn't be in. And the internet has pointed at Lauren, but strictly as speculation, especially now that Diddy is serving time and more names might come up as investigations unfold. The online community has been loud about it. One person posted, I've been knew this, haven't liked Lauren London since I realized she got Nipsey killed. Tanisha was right when she said it was Lauren that got him killed and y'all treated his first baby mom like she was nothing. And she was the real one. Another wrote, remember Lauren said during Nipsey's memorial she didn't want to come? She talked to Puffy and he convinced her to go be strong for him. Plus Puffy is credited as an executive producer on Victory Lap. So what do you think? Did Lauren know more than she shared? Or was she simply grieving in her own way? Was it just timing? Or was something else happening in the background? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this with your people, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next jaw dropper coming up.